The more we free this place from danger, the more the land fights back.
With this blade I double.
Hello, my name is Zero. On behalf of Globe, I'm coming at you with another episode of Completed. Completed is a series where Globe documents his route to getting all of the achievements for a particular game. Today we're talking about Avowed, a game developed by Obsidian Entertainment. Released February 13th, 2025, Avowed has 50 achievements worth 1,000 gamerscore and will take you roughly 60 to 80 hours to complete. Every achievement has a story. Stick around as Globe gets all 50 in Avowed.
Many years ago, you were born to a family in our Adiran Empire, and in a rare turn of the wheel, you came into this world, a godlike, touched by a patron god in the womb. To some, a blessing, to many, an abomination.
I was given a godlike birthmark when I came into this world, distinguished by a sometimes plant-like growth on the face. Mine, however, was more like a cut, as if the god was showing my love for altercation. The plan is to start the game on Path of the Damned. Why play on easy when I can face every challenge at its intensity right from the start? And yes, there is an achievement for doing so.
Its foul tendrils reach towards us, to lash out at the Empire itself. I command you, go to the living lands, find the roots, and if necessary, sever them. You are my envoy. Remember your vow. The hopes of an empire rest upon you.
Plagued by the Dream Scourge, a disease that takes over land and mind, has led me to become a victim of others' fear for what may or may not happen if someone doesn't put an end to this monstrous disease. I was attacked, and when my eyes opened, I was on a beach in the living lands. My journey had begun.
You're alive! Thank the gods I pulled you out the wreck when I did.
The first thing I can say is, this game is beautiful. The color palette, the lighting, the environments. It is a stunning game in terms of aesthetic. However, the combat does feel a little stiff. I found it difficult to manage my stamina bar and dodge appropriately. It will take some getting used to on this difficulty. The enemies have a ton of health, and I have about as much health as a grunt with a sticky grenade. While venturing through the tutorial area, I came across a lady. She explained how the Dream Scourge overtook the people who inhabited this area, turning them mad. She also explains how she has a boat that we could use to get out of here and go to Paradise, the first main area of the game. The catch is to free her and likewise trust her. I decide to accept, not afraid of anything she might pull. Eventually, I come across my first stealth kill. There is an achievement to kill 15 enemies in this manner, but not everything is as it seems. More on this later. My first death doesn't take long. Those flying spears are a bitch. Health items are scarce. Movement and timing are key to getting out of combat unscathed. Eventually, I meet my first boss, a hammerman manipulated by the Dream Scourge. But on my second attempt, I put him out of his misery. We finally reach the boat that the lady described. Turns out she was indeed trustworthy. We set sail to Paradise, and upon reaching the dock, I'm granted with my first achievement in
Never
Avowed.
thought I'd be glad to sail here with a smuggler.
If anyone asks, you never met me.
Additionally, I'm greeted by the best character in the game, Kai, extremely level-headed and always has my back. His soothing voice can talk me out of the most vicious of choices. Now that I was in Paradise, it was time to get cracking on some of the achievements. I start completing every side quest I come across, as well as saving frequently, as I don't want to repeat anything on this difficulty. While exploring, I came across several beetles and spiders, for which there was an achievement to slay 10 of each. I also came across plenty of fast travel posts, as well as address stones, where me and my companions could set up camp. Here you could upgrade your weapons and armor, as well as cook meals, hold artifacts, and talk with your companions. There was an achievement to find all Audra camps and all fast travel locations. Eventually, I finish everything I can find at the moment and begin progressing the main story. I then meet the god who is said to have touched me in the womb. Her name is Sabal, and she was the source of all my power.
It is you. Come closer. We feared you were but a dream.
Upon my journey, I meet Sansa. He asks me to bring him all the maps for the living lands, for which there is an achievement. After finding the first and delivering it, I notice he has a treasure map for sale. There is also an achievement for completing all treasure maps in the game, so I begin tackling that. My journey leads me to a man seemingly made of gold. There are 2 missable achievements associated with this man, and I managed to miss both. But more on him during my second playthrough later on. As I explore, I come across a memory. These tell you more about the world and the events that led it to be as it is. There is an achievement to find all 5. I continue to complete every side quest I find and eventually discover the bounty board. I believe there are 20 bounties throughout Avowed, and there is an achievement for killing them all. I start on that task once it arises. For the first time I reach an area that proves extremely difficult. I die countless times.
About that one.
Until I say F it and loot and scoot the quest item and hightail it out of there.
Getting out of this alive.
Upon entering southern Paradise, I am killed. Yes, killed. Lucky for me, my god says to hell with that and sends me back.
You should not be here.
Now that I've been humbled, it's time to meet my second companion, Marius. It doesn't take long to meet the man who put an arrow in my belly. I'm given the option to let him go or slit his throat. I choose a violent death. An achievement for granting him such is a welcome addition. Turns out my playstyle is a little demanding. I get an achievement for demanding payment 5 times.
This will have to do. Now that Ludwig isn't getting her execution, we need to spend a little more on securing the city.
An eerie presence takes over the room. I soon find I am in the darkness of a very tense individual, Ludwig. She's the head of the Steel Garrison. A key achievement is associated with them, but for this playthrough, I'm playing my way, which means I butt heads with her. I decide to see if there are any achievements I'm close to unlocking. I'm going to focus on the following: 15 stealth kills, lie 15 times, resolve a conflict peacefully 5 times, and resort to violence 10 times in a conversation. Throughout the game, there are artifact pieces scattered across the world. Completing an artifact unlocks various abilities. There are 4 artifacts in total, and an achievement for completing them all. Eventually, I complete all the bounties available in Paradis. I also complete every side quest and begin progressing the main quest line.
It's a shame it had to be like this.
Progressing sets me on a path to a new area called Emerald Stair. I explore one last area before committing to the new map. I find star metal, the most precious resource in the Living Lands.
Star metal, if I'm not mistaken. Might want to take that to a blacksmith.
However, no blacksmith is capable of working with it, so I must find someone who knows what they're doing. Now, it was time for Emerald Stair, the land of fighting mushrooms and black skies. The first individual I meet is Yatsli. She's a very important character and a very likable lady.
You're tall, striking, and well-toned.
The strategy is the same. I start collecting all side quests and get to meet Elia. There are 2 missable achievements associated with her, and yes, I missed both. More on them during my second playthrough, while leveling up and experimenting with some of the abilities. I discover Steady Aim, an ability that slows time while aiming with a ranged weapon. This ability would prove invaluable for my damned playthrough. While in combat, I get a welcome sight and achievement. It's been a while since the last was unlocked. Love the grounded achievement reference, by the way. Kai gives me a quest, and I'm happy to help. He's lost someone close to him.
So much here reminds me of Tama. It's strange to be back without him.
His quest offers a nice break. Then it's back to bounties. My new strategy takes hold. Stay back and chip away at enemy health. I continue to slowly complete the tasks in Emerald Stair, such as treasure maps, party camps, Sansa maps, fast travel posts, and artifact pieces. I discover my first strangled Hydra. These offer godlike powers for cleansing them. There are a total of 5, and I will have to cleanse them all for an achievement. I reach another challenging part of the game, offering me many deaths. I decide to reload a previous save and come back when I'm more powerful. Remember that strategy I mentioned earlier? Well, this is a little lame, but at the end of the day, I'm an achievement hunter, so by any means necessary, every chance I get, I start an altercation to progress with that achievement.
One for you!
I switch from a recurve to a gun, which grants me more damage, and that proves helpful. I get further in the story and find myself back with the Dilemmagan Queen, the area I struggled with earlier. Only this time I can talk to her. I ask for the Adra heart, and she allows me to take it free of conflict.
I can't believe you pulled that off.
Soon after I acquire the Adra heart, I unlock my third companion, Giada. She has a great ability, allowing me to heal without using any of my precious health items. One of the main quests has me investigate the Naku Tedek Temple. Here, I find another Adra stone. These are a part of the main story, not the 5 found throughout the world I mentioned earlier. I get to see Sabal's true form.
Tributary, the halls of life and death.
I do get an achievement as part of the story for finding this particular Adra.
There's a way up those stairs.
Upon leaving the temple, we get the terrifying visual of Fjormez, the capital of Emerald Stair, engulfed in flames. This was surely the work of the Steel Garrison. A couple of achievements are tied with this event, but we will get to them later. I complete my second of 4 artifacts and get ready to leave Emerald Stair. On my way out of Emerald Stair, I'm stopped by Captain Elfir of the Steel Garrison. I decide not to attack her. This unlocks me the achievement for resolving a conflict peacefully 5 times.
Sooner or later. So that's it? We're just letting her walk away?
I've now entered the 3rd area of the game, Shatterscarp, a hot, miserable desert. Continuing the pattern, I begin doing side quests and finding everything I can to keep pushing the achievements forward. The grind of doing the same things in every area is starting to weigh on me. I have fun wherever I can, but Shatterscarp offers more of the same. I eventually reach the main city, Thirdborn. I continue to lie when the opportunity arises.
All right.
Shatterscarp does have several missable achievements that will have to be focused on in my second playthrough. I wander into a cave where I see a note hanging next to a lever. Apparently, it's a warning for the mentioned lever. I pull it and get very lucky as it's a trap. This unlocks me an achievement for ignoring the warning. I bring Sansa yet another map, continue killing bounties, and meet the 4th and final companion to my journey, Yatsley. She has tons of personality and is a joy to be around.
Perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun.
One of the hardest parts of the game takes place during the Face Your Fears quest. Cue the epic battle. Watch your ears. sorry about that. I felt the video needed a little metal. For me, this is one of the more memorable moments in the game for this difficulty. But if you manage to stay alive, you'll get to meet Ringgrim, a badass in her own right. She wants to stop the Dream Scourge as well, but her and Ludwin have clashing theories on how to do so. Now I must complete 3 trials. This will allow me to either side with Ludwin or Ringgrim in regard to the ruins. Completing the trials grants me an achievement.
I've never seen an Akedan device like this. These mechanisms, they mark the location.
I reach the ruins and now must decide. Either side with Ludwin and Naku Kubel will be destroyed and the Dremthralls inside, or Ringgrim severs the Adra from the Dream Scourge, but at the cost of innocent lives. Ludwin takes off her mask, attempting to sway me. It works, and I choose to destroy the ruins. It was now time to travel to the 4th area of the game, Gallowayne's Tusks, the land of lava and death. And I finally make it to one of my favorite places in the game, Solace Keep. But in order to get in, I need to bring Marius, as these used to be his people. Remember in Paradise when I found Star Metal? Well, the blacksmith capable of working with it is here at Solace. He offers to make me a sword or a gun. I choose the sword.
Very good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you why the council chose me to be master of this forge.
Now things start to pick up in terms of achievements. I lie for the 15th time. I resort to violence 10 times in a conversation.
Here we go!
I level up Kai and unlock all of his abilities. Might as well reset points and do the same for every companion. My journey leads me to the hardest bounty in the game, Kongasar and Krusta, 2 ogres who are very tough. The battle takes me around 30 minutes of staying back and chipping away at their health. One of the more memorable moments in the game for Path of the Damned. I finally complete every bounty in the game, unlocking me an achievement.
Funny. Hopefully that name can fade away into obscurity. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's everything. Gods above, Envoy.
I also give Sansa his final map, tying up that achievement.
You found him? In prison? That must be why he wasn't writing.
It turns out Sabal is the cause of the Dream Scourge. Ludwin wants the Living Lands to unite under one law, one god. Sabal, however, has other plans.
Today the Living Lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true god.
No! Never again!
I feel I am getting close to the end of the game. All the artifacts find their way into my possession.
It's gotta
I want to complete all the side quests before I reach the end of the game. I start checking my completed quests to see if there are any missing. I find 2. One is an Emerald Stair, but I was supposed to find it before the Steel Garrison torched the city. I'm panicked. Am I going to have to do all the side quests again on my second playthrough? There is one more quest I'm missing. It's in Shatterscarp, but it's not found via quest marker on the map. Instead, it's found on a body in the form of a note. I find it and complete the quest, hoping this unlocks me the achievement. Luckily it does, and I avoid a big headache. I now decide to go for all the recipes. Most are very easy, especially if you've been looting everything you see throughout the game. However, there are recipes that are only unlocked from the survivalist skill. I must reset my skill points to get this skill and craft the remaining recipes. Now I go and complete all treasure maps.
Maybe sit this one out, Yansley.
This wasn't the only achievement for finding and opening chests. I now needed to find all Pargrunen caches. These chests have unique items across 5 caches. Next, I was to get a fully upgraded legendary piece of armor, as well as a weapon. Throughout the game, I had been collecting every plant, chest, and monster drop I came across. This gave me a nice starting point with materials that I could use to upgrade. I learned reading forms that you can also refresh shops stocked by sleeping 4 nights and returning. If you have the money, this is definitely the way to go. You can also combine smaller, less rare resources into the good stuff. So I grind for a couple of hours getting what is needed, and I'm finally able to max out my armor. But no achievement. I run around wondering what happened when I get a very delayed pop.
The food in Solstice is very fit for a
Hopefully, I don't have any more worrisome delays like that. Progressing the main story, I find myself underneath Solace. This leads me to a conversation with Kostya. I can either destroy the gears and flood Solace, or hit the lever and release the lava. As far as I know, each option will grant you the achievement. However, you must flood Solace as part of one of the achievements. I decide to save Solace and worry about flooding it on my next playthrough. I go back and find the final fast travel post that I was missing to unlock the Outer Worlds achievement. After you unlock each area of the game, one of your companions will offer you training in the party camp. You must exhaust their dialogue to gain extra attribute points. Doing this for all 4 companions unlocks an achievement.
Right. At least no teaching.
If you were in the Navy...
If you are playing mostly with melee weapons, there is an ability called parry. You must unlock this and parry an enemy's attacks 25 times. Once you get to a high enough level, you will have enough attribute points to max out one of the 6. Doing so unlocks yet another achievement. Next, I must use the bear ally ability to fight another bear.
We make a good squad.
I've been collecting material items while cleaning up these last several achievements. Eventually, I have enough to finally upgrade my weapon to max. I've now done everything I can without progressing. It was time to visit the final area of the game, the garden. No turning back. I can now complete all ancient memories. Throughout the garden, you will have the option of going through memories with your companions, almost like a final farewell to their stories. Doing all 4 will unlock. We're all in this together. The garden offers me the chance to find all party camps.
There's always a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. I'm feeling that now.
I had a mishap with one of my recordings. I found the last strangled Audra and did unlock the achievement. My apologies for not being able to show you. It was time to finally confront Sabal. There are 2 achievements for making different choices with Sabal. One for destroying her, the other for freeing her. I make sure to save before turning the lever and get both. there was still one individual who needed to be confronted, Ludwin. Before reaching her, I first need to speak with the leaders of the Living Lands.
Envoy?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nakutarek?
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
There is an achievement to have all your companions leave you. To do this, you must tell the leaders you side with the Steel Garrison. I was having a problem getting the 15 stealth kills achievement to unlock. I had killed way more than 15, but thought maybe in my second playthrough it would pop randomly on my way to Ludwin. It did. Very weird, but a relief. I reach Ludwin. There is an achievement for becoming knighted as a member of the Steel Garrison. To do this, you have to make specific choices throughout the game. As I said earlier in the video, I was going to play my way and experience the game with my own choices. I didn't agree with some of the Steel Garrison's acts, so I missed the achievement.
With this blade, I double. Great! Unworthy of Rodica's accolade.
Instead of knighting me, Ludwin ends my life. And this time, my god isn't around to help, but I do get 2 achievements. One for beating the game, and one for beating it on Path of the Damned. Upon beating the game, I learned I was only level 29. I needed to be 30 for the max level achievement, so I must reload a save before the garden and find more enemies to kill. This takes an hour or so until I'm comfortable with the XP. While doing the garden again, I get yet another buggy achievement. I've already done the garden, but this time I get an achievement for exploring all dungeons in all regions.
You should have thought more carefully before you broke your oath to the Empire.
Hopefully, I have enough XP on my way back to Ludwin, assuming I killed enough enemies by reloading a save. Success. I had 9 achievements left. They were all going to require I start a new game.
Envoy, over here.
Turns out, I missed an achievement in the tutorial area. I am to find a hidden room.
Who disturbs us?
Look out! Now!
Is this what you're like?
During the Dawn Reader quest, I must find all volumes of the history of the Living Lands in the Athasian Temple. On the path to complete this task, I come across the Golden Man from earlier in the video. I mentioned there was 2 missable achievements associated with him. Now it was time to rectify that. He asks me to find a relic to activate a statue.
Ah, the Splinter of Aethys.
On the path, I find 2 more of the required books.
No one said anything about tight spaces.
And snag the relic.
A false idol. It waits.
I return the relic to the Golden Man. He then asks me to activate the statue and sacrifice my soul for it. Sure. Achievements. Why not?
Hold still now. You are about to be part of something
my way out of the temple, I find the final book. I progress in the main story and come across my first Steel Garrison decision. I need to kill the man who killed me again. I side with the Steel Garrison with every dialogue option I see. I reach Emerald Stair once again and find Elia. She has 2 achievements I missed. The first is for selling my future corpse for her science.
Oh, I've always wanted a godlike for the stables. Dear, you've made me a very happy animancer.
Make sure she doesn't try to collect till after your death.
The second achievement she offers is a 2-parter. First, I must kill her. Her pet. A dream scourge-ridden lad named Silvo. He's gone mad and needs to be put down. Doing so, she rewards me with the Revenant Bell Collar, an equipable amulet. This is important for the Play Dead achievement. It requires you to wear necropants and a Revenant Bell Collar at the same time. But the necropants are found in Shatterscarp, so they'll have to wait. In my first playthrough, Fior Mezzi-Verno was scorched by the Steel Garrison. This happens because there is a cave called the Waterfall Cave. It houses a gang of Steel Garrison. If left alone, they will torch the city. But finding them and killing them all saves the city and unlocks the Fior Extinguisher achievement.
No doubt your Inquisitor is aware of what happened here.
I will have to reload my save and make sure the city burns. This is another requirement for the Steel Garrison knighting. Now I'm in Shatterscarp. I can now find the Necro Pants. Once equipped, I get the achievement. I look absolutely ridiculous. There are now 2 achievements I missed in Shatterscarp. The first, I must talk to Daiko. I'm to pick up a package from his brother. The package contains drugs of some kind. To get the achievement, I need to bring Kai along, and when prompted, ask him to try the drugs with me. For the next achievement, I need to talk to Captain Nugunu. He asks me to find his crew for drinks. Doing so, you find out that one of the crew members, Ruanga, thinks the captain is out to kill her. This leads you to investigate the captain's quarters. Here I find Poison. Turns out she was right. Talking to her again and answering appropriately, we both come up with a plan to switch the glasses and poison the captain, unlocking the achievement. The only achievement that remained was to become knighted by Lodwyn and the Steel Garrison. This means destroying the ruins again, as well as flooding Solace with lava. I also must end Sabal. I side with Ludwin, and now must bow to her.
With this blade, I dub you a knight who will steal Garot, and a servant of the Burned Queen. Remember thy place. Remember thine oath. Remember thy queen. Long may she reign.
no achievement. I got the correct animation, but no damn achievement. I'm freaking out. What did I do wrong? It says get knighted, and I did that. Xbox is trying to give me a goddamn heart attack. I did get the achievement, it just didn't pop on screen. Xbox has been doing that a lot lately. Get your shit together. Anyway, with that, all 50 achievements had been unlocked in Avowed. An interesting game for sure, beautiful world, and quite a few fun characters. I had very high expectations for this game, and unfortunately, it didn't meet them. Is Avowed a bad game? No, but did I expect more? Yes. I would still recommend the game, especially if you have Game Pass. When I got to Shatterscarp, I found myself bored. I didn't really care about most of the conversations at that point, and found myself skipping a lot of dialogue. Combat gets very repetitive very quickly. Overall, it was just okay. As far as achievements go, there are a ton of missable achievements that will most likely see you playing through the game again. It is possible to get every achievement in one run, but that will require you to spoil some moments and have a good plan going in. Path of the Damned wasn't bad at all. Enemies aren't tough, they just have tons of health, and you can die very quickly. There aren't really any real bosses either. I mean, the bounties are about as close as it gets. I wanted some epic cutscenes and bosses to go with them, but you don't really get either here. Ludwin has a cool cutscene, but that's about it, so I'm going to give Avowed a 4 out of 10 for achievement difficulty. Does take some time commitment, does have a hard difficulty, though it's not really that hard. No collectibles, unless you count the Pargrunen caches, which I don't. No multiplayer, no real skill needed for anything throughout the game. Kinda enjoyable. Several missable achievements. And I did experience a couple glitchy achievement moments. Well, once again, my name is Zerodin. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you very much. I really appreciate you checking it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'd love to know your thoughts on Avowed and its achievement list in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.